Let's get a quick take on the very quick and somewhat secretive visit of former President Bill Clinton to Denver this week. Patty Calhoun from Westward. Now, this was to get some support going for volunteers to campaign, not an official for a lot of the public. Were you surprised at the secretive nature of the visit?
No, because first of all, if you're Bill Clinton, you really don't want to be heckled anymore about your interesting sexual past. And on top of it, he had one specific mission, not just to drum up support, but to drum up cash money. And you don't need to tell the general public about that. They're not going to be donating their pennies. This is not Bernie Sanders.
Todd Shepard, editor of Complete Colorado. Speaking of Bernie Sanders, we're seeing him get momentum in Iowa and New Hampshire. By the time it gets to Colorado, does Hillary have this sealed up, or does she have anything to fear about Bernie Sanders here in Colorado?
I think she does if Bernie Sanders can get more organization. I think 9 News had an interesting piece several months ago when they talked about one of the reasons they weren't covering Bernie Sanders so much was because they just couldn't get a hold of a PIO. Now for my planned joke. I did not have donor relations in Denver, Colorado. I think Bill Clinton was here in order to, in case Hillary does win the White House, they were looking for IT services, someone that could house an email service in case she actually becomes president of the United States.
Eric Sondman, political analyst, usually have to follow like a French philosopher quote or something about a Latin American dictator. Now it's a little bit of a pretty solid stand-up act. So do your best. What's your take on this one?
That was great. That was solid there, Todd. I can't compete with that. There was a surreptitious quality to Clinton's in-and-out visit to Colorado this week. Patty's right. It was about money. My son, who lives in Seattle, was in a bookstore there a couple weeks ago. All of a sudden, an unannounced visit, and Clinton walks into the bookstore, with his way cleared by a bunch of Secret Service people. The purpose of the visit to Seattle was no different. It was about money, but he decided, just off the cuff, to go shake a few hands here. Trump, whatever you want to say about Trump, no one's been more critical of him than I have. He has made Bill Clinton into very much of a two-edged sword in terms of a surrogate for Hillary or an advocate for Hillary here by calling him out and reintroducing all those issues from 15 or 20 years ago. Country has to decide whether they really want a sequel to that particular saga.
Ben Gill, political consultant. So we're going to see both Clintons in Colorado quite a bit between now and November. Who do you think campaigns better in Colorado, Bill or Hillary?
Well, I think it's tough to beat Bill for a good retail politician, and I think he certainly fires up the base. But if you wanted to do big public out loud events, you need to have the principal, and that's Hillary. This is, to me, a non-story. We have a celebrity in town. Just a few months ago, we had a very quiet visit from former President Bush, who was here to raise money for his brother. So I don't see anything different here.